You ready?
Ready for what? Something that'll really hit the spot.
Always quick with a joker to light up your smoke.
It's fun and educational.
Welcome to Coffee Talk, a joint production between 3WV and Higher Education. Ashley Dirty is here with me in the studio. Hello, Ashley Dirty.
Hi.
And we have Seth from Higher Education.
Hello.
That's where I come from, too. I'm Dawn, Higher Education. Hope you guys are enjoying us each and every week. We really enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. And we actually kind of like each other. Not really. So, you know what? This is really crazy, but we were going to talk about vaporizers. But Ashley and I just started talking about how much we hate touching eyeballs. And so I really was enjoying that conversation. I wanted to talk about it just for another minute. So how much do you hate touching your eyeball?
I mean, I can't stand to watch anyone touch their eyeball. And it all started...
Like this?
No, no. What was that Ace Ventura movie or something where he did that as a form of torture to that... Was it the second one?
I have no idea.
No, you don't watch movies. Ugh.
So when I was a kid, little boys used to flip their eyelids
Yes.
upside down. And I was never able to do that. And to this day, I have never worn eyeliner because I can't look at my eye close enough to actually get the eyeliner on my face.
I can do the eyeliner. Eyeliner is my thing. I have to wear eyeliner all the time. But when I was in middle or high school, I don't know, I went with my friend. We were in the back of her parents' van coming back from a game in another county. And so it was a pretty long ride. And she had her contact stuck in her eye and couldn't get it out. And so as we're riding down the road, like, my job was to try to, like, get it out of her eyeball. And so ever since then, oh my God, I can't. Mm-mm.
I don't know why I have this bizarre reason I can't touch my eyes, but I was, really excited to get contact lenses sometime in high school, and I was like, I got this. And back then, they weren't disposable, and you had to really take good care of them and try really hard. And I swear that they're in the back of my head. To this day, I know that there are missing contact lenses stuck somewhere between my skull and the backside of my eyeball. I would try so hard, and they'd say, like, squeeze and pinch, and I'm like, ew, you're pinching your own eyeball. But those things just would not fucking come out of your eye. And I don't know where. And then every now and then, you'd find one, like, laying on the floor in your hallway, and you're like, oh, shit. And so I tried and tried, and then many, many years later, when I was like just, 22 then, I managed to go in and get eye surgery, and I had laser eye surgery. And
when you were 22, aren't you supposed to be at least 27 to do that?
I was just talking shit.
Oh. It's like, that was not a thing.
I was much older. But I had laser eye surgery done after I was in the ocean and lost my glasses. So I'm out in the middle of the ocean with some glasses on like a big dumbass. And my vision was so poor that a wave came, took me out, lost the glasses, could not see the shore. Did not know which direction to go in. And I was like, you know what? Laser eye surgery. I'm all about it. I'm going to learn how to touch my eye for at least one day. And I had the surgery done. It took like 8 seconds. The worst 8 seconds prior to, or maybe the worst hour of my life prior to that. The 8 seconds was so quick, I didn't even know it was done. I thought they were prepping me. You smelled burning hair. It was the grossest smell ever for about 8 seconds. And then they say, hey, open your eyes up, walk off. And I was like, I need my glasses. I can't walk off. And they're like, no, you walk off. And so I opened my eyes and, sure as shit, man, 20/20 immediately. And within a week, I had 20/10 vision, and I had perfect vision for just about 20 years.
Oh, my gosh.
It was fantastic.
So what, like your hormones change and stuff? And
yeah, apparently you get old. And they say that sometime in your 40s, almost everybody starts wearing some form of glasses. And we'll just say that I was lucky not to be just 40 when I started having to wear glasses again. But in the last year, it became very evident that, they assisted in my ability to see things and enjoy my environment a little bit. Yeah. So I'm back to them, and maybe again having eye surgery, but I think it's, especially raising kids, it was fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. Apparently all the carrots in the world don't fucking save your eyesight no matter what they tell you.
I don't know, just you talking earlier, I was like clenching my hands. They're like red. Right now.
I so wanted to be able to wear eye makeup because girls look so beautiful, especially now with the masks. But forever, eyes, like just a little eye makeup, it hides so much and it accentuates so much and it's so gorgeous. And you look at women, you're like, wow, if you could do that, that'd be so fantastic. And a couple times in life, I've been like, I got this. And you go to like a Sephora or something and you do a little spending and you go and get the whole thing and you get it home. And the next thing you know, I have a black eye because I poked myself in the eye. And I'm like, damn. And, that's, 2-3 years years later, I'll try it again. The makeup's all disgusting. I have to go back, waste another $100. Do it again. I'll poke myself in the eye. Maybe this time I'll get pink eye because, some bullshit like that. And I'll, still continue not to wear eye makeup apparently, but dream of it here and there.
I always have some type of something on my eyes. I don't like the eyeball part, and like even the putting in eye drops, which is super essential. I have to put in eye drops. So what I do is I do like the corner of my eye and like let it roll in because I carry around eye drops.
It's insane. Thank God I don't care about red eyes because I'd be screwed if I was trying to do that shit on a regular basis.
See, I'm always having to get in front of clients and stuff like that. So eye drops are in like the main
my
part
clients
of my purse.
Expect my eyes to be red. I don't think anyone's upset when I have. It's
awesome.
fantastic.
That would be such a great job.
I think if I was at work and I was like too clear headed and my eyes were too white, people might look at me and be like, "Are you okay? You having a bad day? Something wrong? You can't find
Or you
any?"
couldn't recommend something. It would be like, what does she know? She doesn't know shit.
Dude, what is she up in here with? All right, so this has been awesome. If any of you guys have any interest in talking about eyeballs, you should definitely message us because it's fun. Well, who doesn't like talking about gross, nasty eyeballs?
This is enough. I think this is.
I'm over it.
Is that right? I love eyeballs.
I got nothing to say.
Yeah, of course.
None of this is weird. It's just putting shit in your eyes. What's the big deal?
So there's lots of vaporizers. As all of us get older and as technology changes, it seems like smoking has become more of a vaping thing. And lots of people are looking for ways to ingest their favorite herbs without actually causing a combustion, which is when you cause fire, which then in turn causes the carcinogenic effect.
Smoke in your lungs is a carcinogen, something that can cause cancer. And that doesn't matter if it's cigarette smoke, if it's campfire smoke, if it's exhaust from cars that you're driving by. Smoke in your lungs is a terrible thing for you, no matter what. So what she's talking about is an alternative to smoke in your lungs.
So basically, you're still going to be getting something in your lungs like a mist or a vapor, but you're not going to be getting something like smoke, which actually causes lung damage. And vapor does have some damage, but it appears at this point to be significantly less damaging than a combustible, which is the carcinogenic effect. And that's when you light a pipe or ingest any
water
form.
pipe, any type of smoke.
Yes. And the reason that we like water pipes is because it cleans out some of the tar, but a vaporizer takes it just that much further. Mm-hmm. And it's that much cleaner on your lungs. For years, we've had tabletops. And I think my first tabletop that I ever used was back before the turn of the century. So it was sometime in the 90s. And they used to be these fishbowl. I don't know if everyone remembers this, but it looked like a little circular fishbowl on top of
like
a little piece of
upside-down fishbowl.
Upside down fishbowl on top of a little crappy piece of plastic that had a soldering iron on it.
Basically.
With a screw in the top holding a little metal bowl on it. You put your herbs on there, and it literally came very close to catching fire damn near every time.
And like a rubber hose coming off of it?
Yes, like just shit, air leaking out of it, mist leaking out of it, really poor temperature control. On-off switch. It was just crap. Do you remember these?
I was a preteen during those years, so no, I don't.
Why is she
was
here?
I.
Thanks for the time travel, guys.
That was back in 1999. What were you doing, middle schoolers?
Hey, I mean, it's not like I didn't have fun once I got into my teen years, but, just sorry you guys are so much older than me. So
we understand, novice. You got to be a noob sometime, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, didn't we say this before? Like, you're educating me. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can't all be professional smokers.
We can't all be antiques.
So what is your experience with vaporizers?
So as far as the table ones, and I don't remember what year this was. Obviously, I'm not as old as you guys. So
how obvious is it?
but so you're saying like they've come a long way, but what would you say like in the, I don't know, I want to say like 2006, 2007, like were they decent vaporizers in your opinion?
Yeah.
Because
I think the technology is pretty good by...
For tabletops, they were starting to get there.
Yeah.
So that was like, I remember it being like a really big day because like my boyfriend's roommate or whatever at the time, or I don't even remember our living situation, he came home with this wooden box vaporizer thing. And of course, I had never heard of it, seen it, didn't even know, but it was like the bee's knees, everyone
the
was
hot
so
box.
excited to get this. The only thing was I never knew. I'm not good at gauging the is it working? And then so you're sitting there fucking around with the temperature and stuff, and it's like, am I getting high? And then you do
Sure.
get high, but while you're doing it, it's just you're sitting there fucking around.
I think
with
until
it.
the volcano, really, everything was like so hit or miss because the temperature
Right.
settings were so erratic. And it was the volcano that really revolutionized it for tabletops. And now they're just fantastic, and they just keep blowing up. And then after the tabletop volcano just making it the shit. I think is when technology really started taking that portable level. There's a lot of garbage, of course, but then we started getting things like the packs, which, I get it. It's the iPhone of vaporizers, but it definitely introduced quality handheld vaporizing to the market.
Right.
And then we were just lucky enough to have a lot of other brands follow suit.
So when did the handheld ones come around?
I think the first one was actually the Magic Flight, right?
Yes, the Magic Flight.
And that's got to be almost 15 years ago.
It's more than 15 years ago now that I think about it. We had that in Colorado.
And
years
the Magic
ago, so
Flight
that's
had
20 years
some
old.
temperature control, but not like they do now.
The Magic Flight, it was a portable handheld made in California. It was this cute little wooden box
Right.
that had a screen on it. You had a lithium ion battery that you
Squeeze into the
squeezed into
side
the
of
side.
the box.
and it would heat
and
up
when you
the
squeeze
element.
it in, that's when it activated it. So super efficient, really small and portable, and really effective, but not as much like control as far as temperature goes as you do with some of the other ones now.
But it definitely was, revolutionary for the industry. And gosh, I nearly forgot that one. That was fantastic.
It's still the same thing. It's still produced. It still functions. It's still super highly effective.
Yes. It just, for the portable models, even though it completely works, and it has a lifetime warranty,
Right.
which is one of the things that made it so fantastic.
Right.
The problem is it kind of looks like a vaporizer. It's not something you can really hide. So
Right.
though it's
not
portable,
so discreet.
it's not discreet, and it's not exactly the easiest to use in public.
The squeezing the battery into the side is awkward.
You get a glass lid cover on it, and
Right.
it's just not as portable as you'd really want it to be as far as functionality.
So you guys have a lot of handheld vaporizer ones for the dry herb.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely dry herb handhelds are way more popular these days than the tabletop. Everyone wants to be portable and mobile, but there is nothing like the Volcano or the Air Riser Q for that matter. We'll have to do a podcast in the future about the portable ones as well.
Yes. Yeah, we sure will. And unfortunately, slightly embarrassed to admit it, but my experience with vaporizers almost doesn't start until the handheld ones. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the tabletops. I just never had the opportunity, and I suppose too poor to buy one myself.
They were so expensive. I mean, they still can be very expensive, but they started out so expensive. I remember, $200 for a vaporizer that you weren't really sure was going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that was the price point for the one that my boyfriend's friend had, and they were older. I mean, they were like 4 or 5 years older. So of course I didn't have to chip in and buy it.
And they had no warranties back then, so it was hit or miss. People really weren't sure how to use them. You had these glass on glass ground joints at the time, and you kind of put your herbs in there and hoped for the best. And sometimes they came out charred looking, sometimes they came out looking like you hadn't touched them, and it was really difficult to figure out. I think it made it almost more difficult for this industry because people didn't want to give it a chance. You had a bad experience, you kind of shy away from it.
Sure.
Well, again, when you're dropping a lot of money on something too, and you aren't sure if it's working, then
You also already know you have a tried and true, like your hand pipe, and this is all new technology, and it's a little awkward.
Absolutely. Those things were so inefficient. They were so terrible, but boy, we wanted something so bad to help our lungs. And I remember I've been in this industry 20 years, and I remember those first ones. I think it was called Aromacare. They were from Canada, and they really did get the ball rolling. But the ones that are out today are fucking highly efficient, fantastic. The Volcano is probably the most well-known vaporizer on the market. I think it might be the most well-known vaporizer in the entire world. And then there's another vaporizer that's pretty damn fantastic as well, the Air Riser Q. Both of these are reasonably priced and have good warranties on them. Excellent products if you're going to be at home using a vaporizer. And after our break, we're going to have someone come on and talk to us about these two amazing vaporizers. Who knows about them probably better than anybody. He does this for a living. He's been in the industry a long time, and and you can pick up the Volcano and the Extreme Q air riser. Extreme.
At Higher Education.
Higher Education.
619 West Main Street.
619 West Main Street.
Charlottesville. Or 2307 West Cary.
2307 West Cary.
And where is that?
Richmond, Virginia.
Find us online.
HigherEducationSmokeShop.com.
Instagram and Facebook.
I don't know.
Higher Education VA.
Higher Education VA.
You sound like you're growling.
Definitely sounds scary.
Yeah, that's how I'm supposed to sound.
Sound like you're trying to be a professional wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's really weird is all the eye contact I'm getting with her standing up now. She's like looking right in my face.
Oh, yeah. I'm coming for you, Ashley Dirty.
Stop looking at me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's going to be fun. I've been pumping up for this all week. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Do you know that?
Dusk.
Dusk.
Because it's the opposite of dawn.
That's right. I'm big, I'm bad, and
Not
I'm
funny
mean.
when I have to explain it to you.
It's the blonde.
After these messages, we will have Mike come on. So give us a second as Seth, Ashley D, and I take a little coffee break. We'll be back.
CBD.
We will help you with your anxiety. We'll pick you up when you're feeling low. And nothing costs a pocket full of dough. Relax your body, free your mind. Higher Ed is the place to find.
CBD.
Let us help you with your anxiety. Now offering curbside pickup and shipping direct to your door. Just call to place your order at 434-293-PUFF. Higher Education, Charlottesville's CBD Superstore since 2017, providing high-quality CBD and education about all its amazing benefits. Higher Education, because CBD is a lifestyle, not just a greener trend. Be careful and smoke at home. And remember, share the experience, not the pipe.
Higher Education is still open, so come in.
Best prices, best selection, most knowledgeable. Higher Education, Charlottesville CBD headquarters. Welcome back to Coffee Talk. A Higher Education and 3WV joint production. So for all of our listeners, this is Mike. Mike is a great friend of ours who sells tabletop vaporizers and knows more about them than anybody I've ever met. And thank you, Mike, for being willing to talk to us today. We have Ashley and Seth here with us. Everyone say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Awesome. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Seth. It's great to meet you guys. I'm happy to take you into the wonderful world of desktop vaporizers today for a little bit.
Hell
so
yeah.
Talk.
We were talking before our break
ahead.
about our silly experiences back, when we were a little bit younger with those first vaporizers that were on the market. I'm sure you have an experience. I remember the Aroma Care one that was just asinine from, Canada. It came out in the 90s. And it looked like a soldering iron with a fishbowl on top of it. And Ashley was talking about the hot box, the wooden box one. They've come so far.
Oh yeah, those little pop vapor little whip boxes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I had one of those. My buddy had one. He thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then another one of my friends had a Debuta. That was his first one that he had, which is kind of similar to some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today. But yeah, that's a old school also. Beginning desktop vape with a whip. Yeah, but what we got today to talk about is a little bit more advanced.
Absolutely. The Volcano seems to be really like the beginning of it all when it comes to the tabletops being something you can trust and love and feel good about and not, wonder if it's working.
Yeah, I mean, every day I wake up feeling older and older, and this is something that's been around since I've been in college. Kicking it back in 2000, at the turn of the millennium. Volcano's been around even before that. It's a long-standing, if you want the pinnacle of German engineering, the BMW, Mercedes of vapes, something that you're never going to have to worry about again. It's definitely worth the spend and worth the buy. all the devices have a 3-year warranty, which comes stock covered with Stores and Mickles, great customer service. And one of the things that I've always loved about them is in my years dealing with them, I've taken maybe 5 returns, and I've sold thousands of these devices. So, I mean, it's pretty well known that you get one of these, it's going to be a device for life. They've actually just released a new model, the hybrid, which is fantastic. So if blowing up a bag or you're getting older, you're like me, you got kids, maybe walking around with a balloon is frowned upon in your neighborhood. Who knows? I don't know. I like to look like I'm going to float away or like it's my birthday outside, but you might not live in a neighborhood where that's cool. The hybrid's great because it's got the whip action attached to it now. So if you are more used to a Debuta and a Riser, some of these other products that have that whip function, hybrid's great. It's worth the extra $100-$200 retail to pick it up. And that's really my recommendation with those. I love the Volcano. I love Stores and Mickle products. It's one of the things in the industry that I feel like is worth the spend, worth the buy, worth the extra money to save yourself the hassle and step it up, go straight to the top, get to Mount Everest already.
Absolutely. So let's start a little bit from the beginning with the Volcano and about what it looks like and how it functions. So basically, it's this. We have one sitting here. It's a tabletop version. It's about the size of I guess, big around of a plate, like your dinner plate. And it, for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's
maybe 8-10 inches tall.
Yeah, I think that's about right. And on the top, it's got a orange connector piece that the bag attaches to.
Well, and the screen
for sure.
just before that.
Oh, I'm sorry, the screen. Oops.
Can't be getting those little fun bits in the mechanical components. Got to have that screen.
Absolutely. You can, and it comes with its own grinder. You can always upgrade, but it does have its own grinder when you buy the kit. And you grind your dry herb, and this is a dry herb vaporizer. We did forget to mention that at the beginning. Everything we're talking about today is a dry herb vaporizer. So you're gonna put the ground herb inside the machine. How much does it hold? Full capacity?
I mean, for me, I'm filling up the chamber. I usually take like at least a couple of grams, gram and a half at least, and throw it in there. Whatever is going to fill it up. I try to give it a nice fine grind. Make sure that it's covered, the chamber, the surface area completely. You don't want to leave little gaps of air in there ever. Right. But generally, that'll get the job done for you. For me.
Awesome. And then, how long does it take for it to heat up?
I mean, it's going to fill bags in 30 seconds. It's going to take it's going to take 3 minutes and 30 seconds to 6 minutes on the Classic, and the Hybrid actually heats up in half the time because it's got some better technology in there for heating.
That is awesome. So that was one of the things years ago about the tabletops. They took so long and were so inefficient, but now in just 3.5 minutes, I mean, it takes me that long to get find my lighter in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of a set it and forget it type of thing. You can also, like a lot of people, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it for your power bill, but you can leave this thing plugged in all day and ready to go. And once you kind of hit the switch on it, anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes, that thing's ready to go. On the Hybrid, it's half the time, and it really pumps out some tasty vapor. Also, it's the top of the line for getting the most out of your material, conserving it as well. You can get 3 to 4 fills of bags out of one bowl. That's usually what I usually get, at least 2.5.
3 grams in, you're going to get 3 bags out. Roughly.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Fantastic. It's good for people to know. And when you buy the kit, it comes with a couple of bags. You don't just get one, so you can actually share from the minute you bring it home.
No, for sure, absolutely. With the Classic Volcano in the box, you're going to get the Easy Valve balloon with the adapter, filling chamber, a cap ring, a normal screen set, a drip pad. You can actually try to attempt to do concentrates with these. I personally think that it really exceeds for dry. You can give it a shot. I like to kind of try to mix it in, maybe put a couple beads in there with your material and crank the temperature up. But as far as putting straight concentrates in there, the temperature really doesn't get high enough to really make it excel the way that it's supposed to, that you're going to be used to on some of these other devices. So I'd stay away from it. But air filter set, you get a dry herb mill, a cleaning brush, a user manual, 3 filling chamber clips, and an easy valve balloon with mouthpiece. 4 of them, actually, that you get in the pack. Now, you can also buy replacement sets for them. They come either in the 6-packs, or a lot of shops sell them singled up and broken down if you guys ever need a bag on the fly. I'm sure Dawn has them as well. You get a lot of extras as well with the hybrid. So for the hybrid, you're going to get in the box, you're going to get the hybrid itself, the power cord, the easy valve balloon with adapter, just like the classic. It's the same filling system for the bags. Filling chamber, cap ring, the normal screen set, your drip pad, cleaning brush, air filter set, the same stuff you get in with the classic, and you're going to get 3 easy valve balloons with the mouthpiece and that tube whip attachment that goes with it, which is super helpful and good for those people that like that traditional desktop vape where you're kind of passing a whip hookah style around the table. That's like, I love the hybrid. Hybrid is adding that whip is really, really great in kind of addition to what Stores and Bickle had already to offer with the old digital style.
Absolutely. I'm holding the hybrid Volcano starter kit in my hand now, and one of the things I didn't like about the Volcano was I didn't like the bag.
I always found it awkward too.
Yeah, I didn't. It kind of reminds me of being on tour and with a bag that's way too thin, though. Back in the day, I had a nitrous balloon hanging out my face, and I truly did enjoy it, but I didn't have to worry about my balloon tearing. And this one always freaked me out. And even though I know I've been working with these forever, they really are pretty quality bags. Sometimes you just can't find them, and sometimes they're hard to replace. And I didn't like that about it. But now that they've had the hybrid and now that we have the hose adapter, I think it's fantastic.
Just for that, it's worth the extra spend and stepping it up to get it. For me personally, having kids in the house, having people around that maybe aren't, a bag might be a little bit too much for them, just like a torch and a rig might be a little bit too much for them. It's the same type of feeling that you're going to kind of get with the bag sometimes. So the whip really kind of cuts that away. I think makes it a more kind of a common man device, more user friendly, more able to be shared with people that maybe aren't as experienced. They might be willing to step up to the plate, take a rip, and experience it for once in their life.
Absolutely. On that note, we're going to try this out. We're going to take a little break here at Coffee Talk. When we come back, we're going to discuss the Extreme Q Vaporizer desktop with remote control. So on that note, we'll be back after these messages to Coffee Talk.
I'm here to share my journey just for you. It all started out with the Higher Ed crew. Down on West Main, I was hanging with a friend when we saw the Higher Ed sign down around the bend. My boys said, let's check it. It could be a banging shop. When we walked into the store, man, it made my jaw drop. There were tubes and handpipes, rigs and more. They even have a water pipe as tall as the door. Gas masks, rollers, papers made of rice. Sure-ish dish, it was a smoker's paradise. My jaw dropped, my eyes popped. Boy, I was reeling. Then the friendly shop, he said, yo, hey, how you feeling? I said, wow, this your shop. It's really, really great. I just stumbled in, yo, man. It must be fit. You got the packs, Volcano, and even the kind. Man, the taste can be real hard to find. You got Roar, Pulsar, and Sheldon Black. Damn, I'm definitely coming back. This place is cool, dope, and really nice. That's why higher education is the smoker's paradise.
Now offering curbside pickup and shipping direct to your door. Higher Education, Charlottesville's CBD superstore since 2017, providing high-quality CBD and education about all its amazing benefits. Higher Education, because CBD is a lifestyle, not just a greener trend. Welcome back to Coffee Talk. A Higher Education and 3WV joint production. We're lucky enough to have Mike here today talking to us about tabletop vaporizers. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, it's great to be back, Don. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. We were talking about the Volcano before our break. We got to enjoy the Volcano, and now we're going to be talking about the Extreme Q. This is a little bit more affordable than the Volcano for people who aren't ready to step up to the Volcano, but still a really, really high-quality tabletop vaporizer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is for one that, if you don't quite have the budget, not everybody has, $400 to $700 worth of scratch to go out and buy a vaporizer. But, if you're looking for something quality that's not made in China either, this is actually a Canadian-produced product. It's a really, really great device. It's got whip action, just like the hybrid. It's actually got whip action and the ability to fill bags. It's got a 3-year warranty. I've got very, very low negative feedback on this device. People are always looking for it because of the value it gives you. It's got a 360-degree swivel just like the hybrid. So you go ahead and you can pass that whip around hookah style if you want to. If you want to fill up the bags, you can. I think they're a little bit smaller on the whole than the Volcano bags themselves. And kind of what you get in the box with it, you get the Extreme Q itself, a power adapter, remote control. It even has like an aromatherapy dish that it comes with. So if you want to just have, the scent of herbs, or if you want to burn up some potpourri or something in your house, I don't know why you'd want to waste it that way. But, hey, if you want to hotbox your entire house, you can do that with the Extreme Q. It also comes with a glass stirring tool. You got a 3-foot silicone whip that it comes with, all glass mini whip, some spare screens, the dome screen for the sample aromatic bowl, glass cyclone bowl. You got a balloon with a frosted glass mouthpiece, a couple of glass whip mouthpieces that are interchangeable as well. You can buy some upgrades for it too. I know that you can buy the accessories. You can buy like an extra power supply. You can buy extra bags. It's got a bunch of stuff that you can pick up for it on the side as well. But yeah, I think overall a pretty good device on the whole. Why don't you go ahead and tell me some of your experiences with it, Don? I know you've done a bunch of these also.
I love this one. One of my favorite things is that it has a remote control.
I was just going to say.
I love the remote.
And it's remote instead of, I know some vaporizers, you can technically link them to your phone, but, I'm a paranoid person, so I'm not doing that. But this one has its very own remote, so I don't have to be paranoid and freaked out by it. I love that. You don't have to, sit there, and it makes it dialed in so easy that you literally can figure out the exact temperature and everything with this. And so many vaporizers, I feel like I'm always got a learning curve
guessing.
That's inappropriate. I'm guessing, yes.
Well, and it's also got that digital display on it. I really like that a lot too. So it's clear, it's easy to see, and when you're doing it with your remote, you can tell what's happening.
Yeah, and I mean, for those people that lose their remote all the time, you can absolutely replace their remote if you lose it, too. The other thing that I like about this one is just generally, like, it's the value that you get for it. Like, it's like Dawn said, to be able to exact temp read it out. Like a lot of these other vapes that you pay for in this space, you're kind of guessing. You have to do a little bit of research on how to use them. They're dial based, and you're kind of honing in and trying to find the sweet spot on each individual device. This is kind of takes the guessing out of the equation. It's rare to get exact temp for this price. It's a really, really good value.
So with the digital display in the spirit of like educating us, is there like an ideal temperature, or does it just vary? Or
I mean, for me, for dry herb, I'm always trying to keep it, around like 375 to 400. Kind of like a little bit more vapor. I think once you start crossing 400, it's a little bit hot. And the general rule with it is, the higher the temperature, the more vapor production you're going to get out of it. The more visible vapor you're going to get. The lower the temp, the more, the more transparent vapor you're going to get, the better flavor you're going to get. Just think about, inhaling fresh nug. What that smells like, what that tastes like, kind of in your mouth when you kind of cycle it back through, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Like, you're going to get the truer the flavor, the lower the temp. For me, I like to see a little bit. That's just me. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I keep it up around 374, 375.
I agree with you on that. I tried so hard to just go with a lower temperature and be okay with it, but I think after years and years of that smoke in your lungs, it's really difficult to accept the lowest temperatures. Even though we hear that it's better, we know it's better, we know the flavor's better, I got to feel something in those lungs.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many 14-inch beaker rips in the past for me.
Absolutely.
For me not to have it, like that's kind of my recommendation for dry for all that stuff is keep it around at least above 370, and you're usually going to be pretty satisfied with what you get.
Absolutely. And again, with the AirRiser Q, I know we sell this at Higher Education. The reason that we chose this one in the Volcano is because they're really the only two that we found everyone is always satisfied with. I don't know that I have ever sold a Volcano or an AirRiser Q that has had, the AirRiser Extreme Q that anybody has complained about. I mean, everyone is always satisfied, completely happy. There's accessories are easy to come by for them. They're well known across the country. So even if you find yourself in a place where you're young and you travel a lot or you move a lot, if you need a replacement because you lost it or someone stole it, you can always get the pieces. I mean, they really are fantastic vaporizers.
Yeah, and that's so important to hear too, because I mean, you could look at this and kind of pick it apart and go to different vaporizers, and you're going to see different vaporizers out there on the market that have a lifetime warranty or a 5-year or a 10-year. And it's like, you want to know, does that actually mean something? All these vaporizers we're talking about have a 3-year warranty. That being said, you've heard it from Dawn. You've heard it from me. We both have extensive experience with it. We get very little kickback on these for your money spent. It's rare as anything in the industry, and an industry wrought with defects and janky devices. This is something that doesn't really fit that bill.
Yeah.
A Riser, Stores and Bickle, these are all great products.
Absolutely. I've been in this industry for long enough that we used to just sell pipes, and it was pretty easy. It's either quality or it's not. But then we started selling electronics, and it was really a game changer. And it's kind of scary because we have to stand behind something we may or may not truly understand. And the Extreme Q and the Volcano made that something that we could do. We kind of shied away from vaporizers. We shied away from a lot of vaporizers at higher education. And to be honest, compared to some stores, we don't have many. We have one display case full of vaporizers because we only use ones that we consider to be the best. And that's why we only carry the Extreme Q and the Volcano, both of which Mike has helped me learn everything about. And they're just fantastic products. You can buy them at Higher Education in Charlottesville at 619 West Main Street, or in Richmond at 2307 West Carey Street, or you can buy them online from us at highereducationsmokeshop.com.
Go visit Dawn and get educated one time, just get out there. If you can't go to UVA, go to UDA.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming in today and helping me with this. And we're going to have you back on to talk about handheld vaporizers, because even though COVID makes us all stay home right now, we're all excited about, getting out of the house again and traveling and moving around. And some of these handheld vaporizers are a whole lot easier and much more discreet. You can take them wherever you go. And I know you are my expert to talk to us about these. So we're going to have you back on to talk about these vaporizers. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to hear from you again.
Oh, I can't wait. Don't know if my lungs can handle it, though.
All right, so this is our episode of Coffee Talk. We're going to say goodbye, and we'll see you next week at Coffee Talk. Stay tuned for 3WV and Higher Education joint production.